No More Heroes 1 Switch review in 500 words or less. Let's go. With No More Heroes 3 releasing next year, let's finally jump into this series. This was a surprise launch of a cult classic. I never played the original, so this review is from the perspective of a newcomer who has always been slightly interested in this series. Being a remake of a Wii game, we can't really expect much from the graphics department. It looks okay with some noticeable pop-in the overworld map. The game runs at 1080p 60fps, which is great. There were a handful of frame drops when I decapitated loads of enemies at once, but it didn't hinder my experience at all. The controls have been revamped too. Being a Wii game, the game has plenty of motion controls, and I think they felt great on the Switch. Now, there is a button-only scheme, and that's how I played the majority of my playthrough, and they work really well. I was expecting a fun character action game with some very on-the-nose dialogue and a cheesy story, and I got just that. But the character surprised me. Travis Touchdown is a creepy, over-the-top bachelor. However, I was surprised at the touching moments in the story. While the game doesn't take itself serious, there's a good bit of development with Travis, and by the end I couldn't wait for the sequel to see where this character was taken. It's a very Japanese game, which I love. The creepiness of Travis and his interaction with female characters is really Japanese, and I enjoyed every second of it. The gameplay is a mix of Devil May Cry and old GTA games. Again, I was expecting a level select, but instead you travel around Santa Destroyer on your motorbike, moving from mission to mission. There are loads of side objectives to do. Mainly side jobs, assassination missions and combat challenges where you can't get hit. The side jobs are pretty fun, and I found myself repeating them to get cash to upgrade my weapons. Main missions are go to a certain area, run through killing enemies and fight a boss at the end. The bosses are the highlight of the game. They all have fantastic intro cutscenes and most of the fights are great. Now, I did feel some of the fights were too long. Take it 20 minutes or more to beat. They didn't have difficult patterns to dodge, they just had a lot of health. So before every main mission you have to get X amount of cash to pay for the mission to be unlocked. Now, this wasn't too big an issue. I would have preferred if the game was just a boss rush rather than fighting grunts as well. All in all, this game really surprised me. Combat was flashy and fun, Travis was a surprisingly deep character, and the bosses were fantastic. That's 496 words. Let me know if you've ever played this game. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video.